The views and opinions expressed on this station do not reflect the owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It is Monday, the 15th day of February, 2021. Welcome to the Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical House, One Communications, and Lindo's. I'm Jamal Hartman, along with Carla Azul. Thanks for making us part of your daily routine. If you're watching online, share the link. If you're on Facebook, start a watch party. If you're on Twitter, retweet it. If you're watching on Channel 82, call someone and tell them. Just get the conversation out to your network, and don't forget to like and engage with us. A good one to begin the week, as it's the third Monday of the month, so you know what that means. Our friends from BEDC. This time it's Ondreyah Rochester. She's stopping by for a conversation about their Compete to Win seminar. The daily players are Who Said It. So Carla is guessing a famous quote. And Carla's going to need your help, folks. All right. I'll leave it at that. I didn't tease you. I didn't say anything. But it's so good to be back. It is Monday morning. So good to see you again, Carla. I just didn't know what to do with myself on week. I can't even keep a straight face. Weekend. You had a good weekend, Carla?
I don't remember. I've just been working all weekend. So
yeah,
I'm alive. It's a good weekend. It was a good weekend.
It's interesting you say that, because someone asked me, like, oh, what are you up to for the weekend? I'm like, working. Like that's legit what we do. This the life of a hustler. It's the life of people who make their own living. But although Carla and I were working, there was this day that people spend money on and show, or at least show us, what they deem love and so on. And it's called Valentine's Day. And I'm not a big proponent of it. I don't be celebrating all these man-made, commercialized holidays. That said, remember I was telling you all that I had signed up for this massage thing, this annual massage membership or whatnot. So last week I was like, I wonder how many massages I have, because couldn't go because of the pandemic. And so I had like 7. So I said, okay, can I get one for my wife and me? So they said Sunday. So I told my wife, I'm like, this is not a Valentine's Day. We'll just go and get this massage. Let me tell you, I hope the lady's not watching. I mean, she probably don't know what I do for a living, but it was the worst massage I've ever had in my life.
She's worse than the talker?
The talker was actually good. Like she was like hands-on. She just didn't shut up. This lady, I'm like, you might as well have just got sandpaper and scratched it on my damn back. It was bad. Like it was like, dude, is this your first day on the job?
But she was rough, or her hands were legit rough?
I'm doing extreme opposites in terms of using sandpaper as an example, but she was non-existent. Like it was like, what are you doing? Like, I mean, obviously I don't stretch as much as I should because I run every day, and I'm like, my legs need you. You know what I'm saying? But it was one of those things. And so I said to my wife, well, how was yours? She's like, oh, mine was great. I'm like,
But shouldn't you have said to the masseuse, can you do my little chicken legs a bit more, the back of my little thighs? Can you rub them? I know you may not see many muscles, but they're there. Can you, get in?
Little thighs, can't see muscles. Like,
No, what the back's called? Calves.
Yes. I have those. But
no, but seriously, you can't tell her. Shouldn't you say to listen, can you concentrate in this area because I'm really tight? No?
I just wanted her to hurry the hell up and be done. That's how bad it was. And then afterwards, me, I don't talk low and I'm loud when I talk. So I'm saying to my wife, I'm like, she was hurt. She's like, shh, they're outside the door. I'm like, well, maybe she needs to hear it, you know. But I'm not one of those people to go write reviews on website. But if I was, boy, yeah. But that was my experience. But there were some people that had happy weekends, Carla. I did not know that Valentine's was a big day to get engaged. I didn't.
He just said this to me a few minutes. Like, where do you live? I personally think it's prescriptive, but how could you not know? Like, Valentine's is when people are most in love, and so they get engaged. For many, I can't believe you didn't realize. You knew that. Stop it. You're not that bad.
I'm dead serious. I couldn't name one person I know that's got, almost everyone I know that's gotten engaged on a special occasion. It was Christmas or a birthday. I think yesterday is the first time I can name now a bunch of people that got engaged on Valentine's. I never knew or came across anyone who's gotten engaged on Valentine's. That said, I'm not hating. Congratulations to all the couples, because my household depends on you all. So I know a wedding planner. Her last name's Hartman, and she's one of the best in the business. Been featured all over the U.S. So hit your boy up. Hit your boy up if you need quality wedding planning and so on. But no, I honestly, Carla, that said, congratulations to our dear friend and colleague Tarai Trott. Tarai, man, beautiful to see. I want to hear the story.
And Zeta, they are such a cute couple. Congratulations.
Yeah. I want to hear the story, so I'm gonna text him and tell me how it went down, man.
I bet you it was a Queen Elizabeth themed engagement.
Well, I love the Queen, boy, but now he's got his own Queen, his crowning. Yep.
So happy for him.
Yeah. So, well, engagement. So I know that on Twitter, a lot of Bermudian women were talking about, like, don't propose to me on a special day or special occasion, and it means less. And like, I remember the date I was engaged. That's what Facebook's will help you remember that wedding anniversary, wife's birthday. You know, Facebook come in handy. All right, keep you out of trouble. So we got engaged October 5th. Don't ask me the year. And people ask, well, what was the significance of the day? And I'm like, well, it wasn't her birthday and it wasn't Christmas. That was the significance. And it was the only time that, you know, because at the time my wife's parents were living between Florida and New Jersey, we were all together. So it really, you know, I get people who say you want a different date that stands out.
Did you put it in her dessert or in her champagne glass? Did you do something? Did you get down on one knee? I want details. Give me 30 seconds of details.
I do remember getting on one knee, but I really don't. I'm not going to get myself in trouble by telling you what I don't remember.
Okay. The wedding was that great. That's what his wedding was the bomb, by the way. Okay. Top class.
Well, I don't remember that
either. It was a beautiful weekend. But I don't know. If I was, say, almost 47-year-old spinster, if I was to be someone asked me to marry them on a special occasion, I wouldn't be impressed. I don't want it on my birthday. None of that. You know, so congratulations, everybody.
I'm gonna ask Nikki, my wife. I'm gonna ask her if I would have proposed to her on her birthday, which was probably 6 days prior to when I actually did. I'm gonna ask her how would she have reacted? I don't know. Well, real quick. So let's go back to Valentine's Day and the whole massage thing. Did you do anything? Because you don't celebrate it either, right? Or do you?
No, it's not a big deal to me. I got a beautiful bunch of lilies and roses, and
oh, really?
Yeah, first time in years. So I'm here for it.
They ain't come from me, people. They ain't come from me. So check it, right? So here's the thing, and I have to share this story. So listen to me closely, folks. So we got this massage. Again, it just happened to be on Valentine's Day. So years ago, we just happened to get a massage, and it happened to be on Valentine's as well. And it was in New York, place I found online called Eden Day Spa, right? Down in Lower Manhattan. And so it came, the room came with your own, what's it called? Shower. They provided champagne, fruit, crackers, cheese plate. And they said they'll provide chocolate as well. Well, folks, everything was going smooth. Nice massages, everything. and this was during the courting stage, right? So you still like not courting, but we were together. You know what I'm saying? Like we weren't married, right? Well, I'm not saying I expected Godiva chocolate, but they gave us Hershey's that you could pick up in the cashier line at the grocery market.
They say it's chocolate. It's chocolate.
I was like, but the thing is, luckily my wife weren't Charlotte. She just found it. I was like, oh my goodness, do I take this and hide it? And she smiled and and it's something we laugh about to this day, right? But I was like, you can't get the chocolate at the grocery line. Just give me something like what's those crunchy little bowl ones that they have that look fancy.
Oh, Ferrero Rocher.
Yes, they could have gave us some of that, but they gave us a Hershey's that
you had to use. There wasn't a Hershey's, Jamal. It was romance. So it was a Hershey.
Oh, Hershey. Yeah. See, that makes it sound fancy. That makes it sound fancy. But yeah, what let's hear from the audience. Did you all do anything special for Valentine's Day? Do you all celebrate Valentine's Day? Although Carla and I don't, I just happened to get a massage and she just happened to get all these flowers and so on.
But when I was growing up, my parents used to give us Valentine's Day gifts. So of course, one of the children was like, "It's Valentine's. Can I get a PlayStation card?" I'm like, "It don't work like that, puppy."
That's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that as a child? It's a gift giving time, right? Or gift receiver.
So I gave him one likes juicy fruit, gave him 2 packs of juicy fruit, the other one 2 packs of mini eggs, and the other one wasn't home at the time. So it's no big deal. I love my children every day. So
mini eggs sound like Easter. Sean Smith says, married 3 days before Christmas and today my wife's birthday. Can you say ouch to my pocket? Well, so you've got to spend Christmas, anniversary gift, Christmas gift, then Valentine's. Then, I got you, bro. I got you. I was just doing the math. You should have seen me counting my fingers. I was doing it. We did a Galentine's Day. What's that? Like Girls' Day or something?
Yes, that's a good thing too. Your girlfriends and you get together virtually or in person and enjoy each other.
Oh, how did I guess what that meant? But I had never heard of that. That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna call mine a Galentine's or something like that.
You could.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll take a trip somewhere. Jeananne Richardson says, I don't celebrate. So she's in that boat. Nope, don't celebrate. And I had sushi and sparkling water for dinner. Sushi.
Love it.
I went to a seafood joint on Saturday, and the one thing that we had oysters, and I know some people just can't do oysters, the slime, but that would be my that's my sin meal. Oysters. Why you mess up your face? You don't like oysters?
They look disgusting, but I hear that they're aphrodisiac. So
yeah, they do the job. We're moving on because Carla likes to take this places where it does not need to go. Kathy Brumby says, I got a beautiful note from my great niece. Marley was lovely. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, Nicola's daughter. Yes.
Nobody know who Nicola is today.
Brumby, good friend of mine.
Oh, okay. Thanks for letting us know. Carla has these conversations with people we just don't know about. Really want to touch on something before we get to the news break. Don't forget we have Ondreyah Rochester coming on from the Bermuda Economic Development Corporation. There was a video, a documentary I received this weekend, and thank you to the person who sent it to me, and I shared it around with people. It was done by Dana Zion Salesi, and it was regarding pretty much Black broadcasting in Bermuda. I would encourage you all to watch this documentary. It's about 27 to 30 minutes long. Really decent. It gives a history of the challenges of Black broadcasters in Bermuda. And I said to Carla after looking at it that the craziest thing about it for me is that not much has changed. And I want people to feel this when I say what I'm about to say. As I watched that documentary and came to the end, what really troubles me about Bermuda is a majority Black country, but yet there's only one real Black-owned media company in Bermuda, traditional media company, and that is Inter-Island Communications, Glenn Blakeney and Scott Pierman, which is the parent company of Hot 107.5 and Magic 102.7. So grateful to people like Dijon and Keen over at Bermeems, as well as Lamerne Woods with Crimson Multimedia, who does Channel 82, because these are, new age broadcasting, not so much broadcasting, but media companies that are there and to make a difference. And they need the support of the community so that we can make some inroads. There's no reason in 2021 that broadcast media, especially in journalism, should still be controlled. The narrative still be shared by the minority per se. And I know people will say, well, there are Black people employed. That's not the point. An employee doesn't control the narrative. So thank you to Dana. And if you haven't seen it, if you'd like to see the documentary, please just send us an email, engage@thedailyhour.com. I would encourage you, if you like this show, if you watch, you're into Bermuda history, or just broadcasting and have an opinion about what's shared with you through the media, especially, reach out to us and we'll happily send it to you. Engage@thedailyhour.com. All right.
I loved it. And I met Quentin Ednis. Oh my gosh, such a wonderful man. And looking at that history, I was like, wow, I didn't realize the depth of what he had done in Bermuda.
Yeah, it was amazing. I just knew as far back, I learned about Mr. Montague Shepard actually through my father, to be honest, most of it. And then obviously the Griffin brothers, Sturgis Griffin, and so on. I even appreciated what Kian had to say at the end. I will say with Dana, I do wish someone, from an owner's perspective, even like Teo, Doug and Jason, like some more input from kind of those people who have been influential recently through radio with their. But yeah, awesome. It was awesome. I said email us. I am not emailing you. So email us at engage@thedailyhour.com. All right. Let's go to a news break. We'll be back with Ondreyah Rochester from the Bermuda Economic Development Corporation. I don't know what you're laughing at, Carla. We're live. We're doing a show. I can't sit here and take notes from people. I'm not being rude, just being honest. Let's get with the news.
700 food hampers were collected from Belco by families in need yesterday. Belco and Ascending Group Company staff members teamed up to give back to the community and help families who are facing economic hardship as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. They raised money, bought groceries, and volunteered their time to pack and distribute approximately 700 bags of food to hundreds of families from across the island. Wayne Keynes, Ascendant president, telling the Royal Gazette, "I'm proud of our team who are continuing this company's long history of giving back to the community, and we look forward to continuing that support going forward." The Bermuda Police Service received a report that multiple gunshots were fired at a residence in the Harlem Heights area of Hamilton Parish around 11 p.m. on Wednesday night. However, a subsequent search of the location where the incident is alleged to have occurred revealed no forensic evidence to confirm the report. The Bermuda Police Service has heightened patrols in and around Hamilton Parish to provide reassurance to residents of Harlem Heights. While there was only one report made to police, anyone who may have information on this alleged incident is asked to call 211 or the main police number 295-0011. The family of a 20-year-old user of the stock trading app Robinhood sued the company recently, alleging its aggressive tactics and targeting of young, inexperienced investors led to the user's death by suicide last year. In a 30-page complaint filed in California's Santa Clara County Superior Court, the family of Alex Kearns cited his last known written words, quote, "How was a 20-year-old with no income able to get assigned almost $1 million worth of leverage?" and said the Silicon Valley-based company lures users like Kearns into taking big risk with the promise of big profits. In June 2020, Kearns was notified by the company that his account reflected a negative balance of $730,000, the complaint says. An email from the company cited in the document says he was required to deposit roughly $178,000 a week later. For those who value kindness, Random Acts of Kindness Week encourages people out there to be loud about how easy it is to give to others. This week is all about showing appreciation for those around you, seeing others in need and taking action, and instilling kindness in today's youth so the future can look a little brighter. If you're looking for a great way to participate this week, nonprofit organization randomactsofkindness.org has plenty of resources for you to get started on a journey towards a more humanitarian lifestyle. Turning to weather, the high in Bermuda is expected to reach 74 today, while Miami, Florida will see a high of 82, and Porto, Portugal will see a high of 67. It's Reggae Mondays all day on the Full 100 radio. Don't miss the mix with Juggle and Jason from noon to 3 p.m. Bermuda time. That's your daily hour news break.
Carl, I want to go back to your first story was about Belco and Ascendant doing stuff for the community and feeding people,
Giving them groceries.
giving them groceries. Here's where this bothers me. Before we go to break and bring in our guest for the day, this is where we need to be very cautious as a community. You know how I feel about charity and so on, right? But as a community, are we there to accept these groceries? And then I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but it has happened on numerous occasions. Companies do all this stuff for the community, and then next thing you know, the rates go up. You get me? No, I'm not saying that this is what's gonna happen. I'm just saying that history has proven to us that this has become almost a norm. So almost like, oh, before we go, how it's been working, before we go and raise the rates and do some stupid stuff, let's make them feel good and get them on our good side.
I didn't even think about that, but you've said that now, and a battery board could have been a discount on their electricity bill for X amount of time. I didn't even think about it when I was putting it together, but your point, we agree.
And let me tell you where my point comes from. Check this. I think when we started this show, I might have mentioned that I got a break on my car insurance, right?
Yeah.
So I got a break. Let's just say $80, right? Well, my car insurance had to be renewed this month, and it's going up $25 per month, right? So I'm like, they didn't really give me a break last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they act like they're doing this kind thing, a COVID break.
They delay your pain.
Yeah. So it's I just want us to be, as consumers, just be careful on how we celebrate and go and be thankful, because it's something that our educators and our parents and elders taught us when we were very young. Nothing in this world is free. And if you think anybody is giving you something free, go look at the receipts. Go look at the track record and see where they got. We really need to understand and comprehend and always remember that nothing in this world is free. And I will leave my rant there for the morning. We're going to take a quick break, and then we will be back with our guest for the day, Ondreyah Rochester from the Bermuda Economic Development Corporation. And don't forget, a special daily play with our good sister, Carla, the answer, Zul.
Good day, Medical House Doris speaking. Can I help you?
Medical House is Bermuda's leading one-stop shop for healthcare.
Medical House is a great resource for Leroy. The service is excellent.
Medical House is best known for its uniforms and footwear. It has hundreds of styles of scrubs and nurses' uniforms for health professionals. Bermuda's top doctors, dentists, care homes, and the hospital choose Medical House for a wide range of products. These same professional quality products are available to you for home health care.
The biggest reason to come see us is that we specialize in these areas and the education and knowledge that we provide.
Medical House is on Millreach Lane in Pembroke, where there's private parking right outside the door. Call or visit Medical House today.
Welch's, producers of the world's best-known grape juice, have been based in Concord, Massachusetts since 1869. Distributed in Bermuda by John Barrett & Son, Welch's has become a household name. We're featuring Welch's 100% Concord grape and Niagara grape juices, distinctly delicious and heart-healthy, and ushering in bold new flavors. Welch's Super Berry Juice, combining the Concord grape with Aronia berries for tartness and mangosteen for sweetness, and Welch's White Grape Peach and flavored blend of white grape, pear, apple, and peach juices. Lindo's, why go anyplace else?
All right, welcome back to the Big Show. Carla Zul, I'm Jamal Hartman. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by Medical House, One Communications, Lindo's, and our friends over there at Channel 82, where you can also watch this and many other locally produced shows if you have One Communications cable. Yeah, Carla, people had a lot to say about what we spoke about before we went to break. Island Teacher, feeling blessed to be able to listen to the show today, and thank you. We are blessed to have you. Nicole Hollis says, I said the same thing when I saw it. Why not offer discounts on bills? Renee Burchell said, I thought the exact same thing. Give us some relief on our electricity bills. And Renee Charlene Simmons, the rates are already up with this AMI. What's that AMI?
Oh, does she mean this AM? I don't know. Could be AM.
AMI possibly will go up more. But I just think, we need to be very wary. And I want the public to remember that when people start making us believe they're giving us something for free, just look at what may happen next, or keep your eyes wide open to see what happens next, because things are usually done like this to ease the pain that's to come. That's all I'll say on that. All right, so we have a special guest. Don't forget to share the link, start a watch party. We are going to welcome Ondreyah Rochester into the conversation. Hold on, sorry, real quickly. It's a new online access to your account. I should know that because I actually I'll have a Belco bill that I am responsible for paying, so I should know that. So thank you for clarifying that, Renee. But let's bring in Ondreyah Rochester into the conversation. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, guys.
Hi, Dre.
Hi, Carla.
All right. So look, let's get going. Let's get going. We got a bit behind sometimes because Carla wants to criticize prices possibly going up with stuff. But
I was interested.
oh well, thank you. Yeah, I try to tell her, no, don't do that. Leave Belco alone, but it happens. But look, you guys are doing some great things at the BEDC and seminar coming up. But last year, let's talk a bit about last year and how we get to this point. Last year was definitely one that many of us will never forget. 2020 for some people was tragic. For others, it was pretty much a great way to bounce back and create something that they always wanted to do. So a lot of positives came out of 2020 for some people that found ways to collaborate, like Carla and I. We found a way to get along for 60 minutes a day. And well, we don't. But the focus of your upcoming seminar is Compete to Win, right? Mm-hmm. Speak to us a bit about this seminar, Compete to Win. It sounds like a battle.
The name is a little bit misleading. It sounds like it's actually a competition, but it's actually a seminar based around competition. So as I say to all my friends or anybody that I come into contact with, 2020 was your wake-up call. 2021 is your call to action. So 2020, we had a terrible year. So that brought out the hustle in a lot of people. And so much so that it's so much people opening businesses in the same industry. So there is multiple candle makers and body scrubs, and it goes on and on. So we thought, why not do a seminar based around competition to just explain that not all the time is competition a bad thing. Sometimes competition can be a good thing. So we ran off of feedback from clients in the past, and competition seemed to be a topic that people really wanted to hear about. So we decided to put on a seminar based around competition.
Indeed. I love it already. I really do. And we're going to come back to something you said there. But, why do you feel it's necessary for us to know how to compete in business? And what are some of the things attendees can learn, like about knowing how to deal with competition?
So one thing about competition, as Bermudians, we hate it, right? Mm-hmm. We feel so onerous that something belongs to us, or we came up with this idea first, forgetting that if we thought about it, somebody else has thought about it too, right? I just always tell people to remember that what drives you different from competition is your authenticity. If you're authentic, your product will come across a lot different. If you're passionate, it would also come across a lot different, right? Mm-hmm. So every business has its authentic factor, passion, and remember that people have choices. So if you have a business and someone continuously keeps patronizing you, that means that amongst everybody else, someone is constantly choosing you. So you have to just get over the competition. It's going to be there. It's going to come. It's going to happen. But whatever you do is how you do it, and nobody can repeat that or replace that.
Indeed. I want to hear from the audience about competition. How do you feel about competing businesses? And I want to hear from the audience in reference to how do you make decisions? Like, there are businesses like grocery stores. Like, how do you choose between grocery stores or your favorite jewelry shop when you're looking for that gift that you all bought yesterday for your better halves and so on? Like, how do you all choose? I'd like to hear how people choose. Some people view competition, as we mentioned, as people as enemies and as a bad thing, right? However, competition, in my opinion, it can be a great source of inspiration to become better. What advice can people get from this seminar that can give small businesses that feel threatened by competition a boost?
So me personally, I want people to know that competition develops skills. So it's going to make you resilient, it's going to make you persevere, and it's going to encourage tenacity, right? Because you're going to have to keep going, irregardless of who joined your field or anything like that. And it's also going to help you to boost your innovation and create more efficient processes, because now you're going to be looking at people that's entering the field. And when you enter the field, you should always be tracking on your competitors anyway, right? It also helps you to learn a new skill. So if you open up a business and you're bad at marketing, and then here comes another business in the same category that's great at marketing, you can learn something from them and just tweak it to become your own. And then there's also the opportunity for you to collaborate, like you mentioned earlier, and partner with your competition. So it doesn't always have to be as bad as we as comedians, we really craft it up in our head. We take it too far. But if we focus on what we're doing, and like I said, if you're authentic, your customers will come back. So not all competition is a bad competition. It's just going to help you to push you to move different and do different.
Indeed.
It's interesting because just last night I was on my WhatsApp. A friend of mine has recently opened up a bacon business and a home bakery. And as we know, there are so many in Bermuda, and she's doing really well. And I said to her, what made you, I wanted to see her mindset. And I said, what made you do this when there are so many other successful home bakeries? And she said, because I truly believe that what is for me is for me. So I wanted your opinion on what's your thought on that type of mindset and where that will get her potentially.
Well, to be totally honest, just like how you said that, she's one cake maker. It could be 50 cake makers in Bermuda. They cannot service the whole island. And that's something else people have to remember. That even though somebody enters your industry, you cannot service every single body in your industry and keep giving a quality product or service, right? So it's room for her to enter and do what she wants to do without stepping on anybody's toes. And that the sooner we grasp that, like, one cake maker cannot make cakes for this whole island, right? So the sooner we can grasp that in our head, the sooner we can enter the market and just do what we do.
Now, talking about in our heads, what do you think is one of the biggest barriers that people create for themselves in the business area when it comes to competition?
I find personally that some people really get defeated. I've seen where people have been on their A game with what they do, and the minute that some competition comes by, they fall off or they stop, or the mindset just changes, like, oh, somebody else is here, but you were here first. So keep going. Some people just give up at this first sight of competition. And that's when you should just elevate your business model even more to be like, okay, you're here, I'm still here. This is what I'm gonna do. Know people really need to make plans. People don't like to write business plans, but I am a strong believer in a business plan, and I stand on liveplan.com. Write your business plan, put your milestones in there to make sure that you're hitting the milestones that you need to achieve for your business to progress. Some people, like I said, they get defeated when competition comes and they forget the plan that they made for themselves. So follow your blueprint.
Indeed.
No, let's go back to collaboration. And I'll use Jamal and I. We collaborated. We weren't necessarily competition, but some people may see that as that, but we collaborated. What are some ways? Can you give a tangible example of an industry where competitors could collaborate for both of them to do well?
I feel like collaboration goes across the board, period. Let's just say someone was the contact, for instance, you just put up a cake maker. So a cake maker, for instance, this is as small as how collaboration works. Then to this tiny factor, someone messages you, can you make me a cake, such and such a date? You're booked. Don't leave it at I'm booked, right? You can say I'm booked, but I can recommend this person. Collaboration starts as small as that, right? And then it grows to working together and doing things together. But just that little referral, and as a customer, when I approach a business and they can refer me to someone else, I appreciate that even more. I appreciate that you can point me in the direction of your competition with on the basis that you know that they're going to provide me with a quality service. So that is as small as how collaboration can start.
I want to go to speaking of collaboration. I know we work closely with Channel 82, where obviously some people are watching this show right now, and I believe it's key to understand that those who you may believe you're in competition with are actually people that you can work with and grow together with. I want to go to Carla's example of bakery. Right now, we're in a space where not all bakeries are created equal. And what I mean by that is there are more, like Friday evening, I went to a Jamaican food truck, and their focus is vegan food, for instance, right? So when I was texting one of my friends, and I was just like, it's great to see so many of us people going towards veganism, but also keeping our cultural cuisine in the mix. Like it was pretty cool to me. So now this person could say, you know what, we're gonna go to have a Jamaican food festival, and we're gonna create all kinds of experiences, even for those who don't necessarily eat this way. I'm saying that because your friend's bakery, they may be looking for something to stand out. More people are becoming vegan, so they can add more vegan options than the other people. So competition and collaboration, I'll look at, you go back to Channel 82, is, yes, the Daily Hour appears on there, and we may be able to collaborate in other spaces. Like, okay, well, the Daily Hour, a morning show, a flagship show, what can we do to promote the other programs on the show, and what can we do to push that? So I believe in the idea of collaboration. Mark Bean always said, former opposition leader Mark Bean, don't complain, cry, and moan. Get to work and compete. And he's right. Like, if you have his idea was always like, if you have an issue with the price of toilet paper, then go purchase some in bulk and sell your own. Right. So I hear you. I appreciate this. This is something I mean, BDC, hats off to you. I mean, if I could find Carlos, I want to say her round of applause that she's going to need later, but we have to give her a round of applause because she doesn't get too much right. But this is for the BDC, man. This is awesome.
Ondreyah, you see this cyberbullying, right? This is every damn day, like every day.
No, but honestly, this makes me happy that Ondreyah and I believe it's Kalina, you guys are doing this, and that this came up, because understanding how to deal with competition could be the difference between staying in business and going out.
One of the things I always found interesting is and I use this analogy all the time. I'm like, grocery stores, just for example. Like, imagine if I'll use a brand out here. Imagine if the people at Tesco said we're never going to open because there's already a Aldi or already a Morrison's. And I think people sometimes, like, they'll say, well, why is Ondreyah opening up a nail salon? There are already 50. Well, come on. If everybody had that mindset, there would be no businesses all.
I'm sorry. And I'm legit not being rude here. What the hell is the Tesco? You said out here.
They're grocery stores. I didn't want to use Bermuda examples. They're grocery stores. They're chains. So
when you said, no, seriously, when you said Tesco, I thought it was a gas station.
They have gas stations, but it's a grocery chain. Sorry.
All right. And out here, she means the UK, folks. If you've never been to the UK, for Tesco, not. Can you say it over now so I can?
Okay. Sorry, because I keep thinking that I'm sitting in the sun on South Shore in Bermuda. Okay.
You're not talking to your friends. You're talking to all people.
They're my family. I'm in the UK, and so there are grocery store chains out here. Tesco, Aldi, for example, Morrison's. So just the point is, stop thinking that because there are other entities, because if everyone had that mindset, we wouldn't even have the variety of things to consume. That's what people need to realize. I find it amazing how people, even they legit get mad. Like, why is she opening up a hair salon? It's like, really?
Yeah, I want to use this industry. When we started this, there's other morning shows in Bermuda, and I have not had the opportunity to listen to them all, but I think everyone has their own space. Like when I think of this show, we're connecting with an audience. Many people, Bermudians outside of Bermuda and Bermudians in Bermuda. We are very targeted as to who these conversations are with. Other people, they play a lot of music. Some music for younger people, some music for older generations, and they don't have as much talk. There's space for all of us. I always say there is room for every last one of us to be successful unless ego gets in the way. I truly believe that. When we had on Sherry, who used to be on the morning show at Vibe 106, Vibe, when she
103.
103. Sorry, I'm never listening to the station. Vibe 103, when she was on there, and she said it, like we're a fraternity, like we're a group, we're a family of people. Like when you look at Patrina O'Connor, though she's not on anymore, or Cousin Dang, and like we really are. And I think we shouldn't look at each other as necessarily bad people. We can be competition, but it doesn't have to mean that we're here to kind of like remove this person from the space. No, use that person to grow and become better. Like I look at Cousin Dang over on Pole 95. She's now got her YouTube channel going, and so on. I told Carla when we first started this, got her YouTube channel going. Ask Carla where she is. But anyway, that's another story, Ondreyah. But honestly, I appreciate what you all are doing in this space. How can people sign up? When does it take place?
So the seminar is actually on Wednesday, February 17th from 12:30 to 2 p.m. You can go on our website at bedc.bm and register. It's absolutely free. Absolutely free. You also have the chance to win $5 $25 gift vouchers from the panelists that will be on the show. On the seminar. So you have Jade of Queendom Heights. You have Katarina Rocha of Alice Group of Companies. You have Lyle Butterfield of Nature's Hair and Gift. You have Janelle John of Salt Spray Company, and you have Philip Bailey Jr. of Strikes Berlin Lounge.
Nice. Here's some cool entrepreneurs. Let's go to some comments people have. Danica Butterfield says, convenience of location, customer service, ease of finding items in store, just to name a few things on why she chooses one over the other. Now, I want to go back to what you said about business plans, right? You said business plans. I remember when I was in college and we were in a business class about writing business plans. And what she said there, convenience of location, when things you don't think about, like some people will make a choice simply because one place has parking and the other doesn't. Like they would tell you, they would act like a professor would say, where's your business going to be? And you'll say, oh, it'll be in the city. Well, where are people going to park?
How much is parking?
How much is parking?
Different too.
It does make a difference. I look at People's Pharmacy because I don't think they always had a large parking lot like that, if I don't remember. But
it's been a while.
Yeah, but they have it now, and it's beneficial, right? Because now people can park there and go in the store and spend more time. Like when you have your own parking, and you can literally give people more time to shop in your establishment versus if they're on the street and they can only stay for 20 minutes, and I don't know.
Or send your child to run in because you can't find a parking spot because you're circling over and over and over.
Right. These are key things that when it comes to that business plan that she mentioned, and I don't want things to get lost on what she said earlier on when she started. Kalina's doing this with you. She says, "Go, colleague!" Right?
Hi,
Kalina. Very good conversation. Bring your value. Judith R. Parsons says, "I'm drawn by quality and great customer service. Being unique is always a draw." What are some things, like right off the top of your head, Ondreyah, that you believe? We're obviously hearing customer service, convenience of location, and unique quality. What are some things that people can immediately say? And let's use Jade. She's been on the show and she's going to be on the panel as a photographer. What are some advantages you guys would say to her that she would have over others?
For Jade, I just know that Jade is so authentic and true to herself. Like, honestly, I don't see any pictures that are just ordinary from Jade. And one thing I can say about Jade is I've known Jade from the beginning. And I remember someone telling her, why don't you just take pictures of beaches and, just typical Bermudian things? And she was like, that's not what I'm here to do. Like, I want to take pictures of the real Bermuda that people don't see. And from that day, Jade has always stayed authentic to herself. And it goes to show just by the quality of her photos and the jobs that she takes. Like, she's really stayed true to herself throughout the whole process and never changed. And it returned itself in revenue and repeat customers.
Indeed, Bermuda tourism could use her. Trust me.
She's awesome.
She really is. Charles H. Jeffers asks a question. He's asking, what are some ways one can protect their business or ideas when collaborating with others?
NDA. I don't talk to nobody without an NDA. You have got to sign this before I tell you anything at all.
Yeah. And Teresa Stewart actually says,
Yeah.
I would think NDAs. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's say Charles H. Jeffers writes, me too, but many don't think about doing an NDA or some sort of formal agreement when collaborating with others. I'll tell you this here. You bet. And I think it's not about stealing from one another, because if you're going to collaborate, if you believe that you should collaborate, I mean, there's got to be a trust there. But at the end of the day, there's nothing like an NDA to protect one another, not just yourself, but the other person as well.
I'm so finicky on things like that. Like the NDA is a must, because let me tell you something about Bermudians, and I hate to be like this, but if you share this dope with someone and they have the resources to make it happen without you, they will make it happen without you. So that NDA is very, very, very important.
Indeed, I agree. So collaboration's good, folks. It is, but there has to be trust, respect, and that NDA. And for those who don't know, I don't want to be like Carla here. What does NDA mean, Carla?
Non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah, because Carla talks in code sometimes, and we don't know. Ondreyah, is there anything else people should know about the Compete to Win that you guys are putting on?
I just don't want people to think that they have to be in business to attend. It's for anybody and everybody. I am heavy on investing in yourself, and this is only a time investment. It's not even monetary. It's just you giving your time. You could be at work and just let it play in the background. So just really invest in yourself. Take an hour and a half out of your day and come learn something new for free.
So when is it and what time?
Wednesday, February the 17th from 12:30 to 2 on GoToWebinar.
All right. She said it more than once, folks. You know when it is, you know where it is. So get there. Ondreyah, it's been a pleasure having you. And I think this is one of the coolest things you all could have done, because again, I've been in some conversations, and my people do not like what they deem competition. And I think competition is healthy. I think it's one of those things that can be your best teacher if you respond to it well. What they say, sometimes life is 90% of how you respond to things. So thank you all for doing this, and all the best with the seminar.
Thank you guys for having me. I was nervous at first. It wasn't even that bad.
No.
He was nice today. That's why, Ondreyah. He was nice today. I'm lying. He turns into the beast before the guests and after the guests, but the guests are always fine.
I'm happy that you guys had me today.
No,
awesome.
Going to see some of the listeners on Wednesday.
Yes, folks, get there. Make sure you're present. We want to hear some good things. Thanks again, Ondreyah, and we'll be in touch.
Have a good one, everybody.
You
all
too.
Right.
Okay.
It was awesome. Firstly, you all would notice, since we've gone back to the origins of this show, right, and not done politics, I've been in a better mood, and so I don't really get down like that with folk. But when we first started the show, we were flowing, we were having good conversations, and then politics got in the way, and then that guy went to go call an election, and then brought out the other side. And then the election happened, and we were able to get back to the importance of this show, which is every last Bermudian that we love to have conversations with. And then Carla, she became the bad one, not me.
I'll take it.
Going on to Mr. Chris Ferbert about his son and all that stuff. But anyway, oh yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I had Chris Famous in my mind. I was like, we didn't talk about his son. Oops.
No, but thanks again to Ondreyah. That was an awesome conversation. And honestly, I mean, Carla, you and I have talked about this, and I'll say it, when we started this show, I say it to Carla all the time, it's about consistency. It's about longevity, having being able to improve on a daily basis. Like every day we come here to do this, you've got to get better and better and better. You never know who's watching this show, so you want to make sure that that first impression lasts with them. And when we started, there were so many people that were popping up because it was a pandemic, and they were doing a live Instagram or this show or that show. And it's not by chance that we still exist, because this wasn't a hobby. This is not a hobby for us. This is what we do. This is what we love to do. So our goal is to go back after every show, make sure that if we can answer certain questions after every episode, like what did people learn, how were they entertained, then we've got more work to do. But the work never stops. We have to keep getting better at this and giving you all the quality that you deserve, so that when competition, which is already there and which will come after us, you all stick and stay loyal to what we're able to produce for you. Any word on that, call before we jump to a commercial and then come back?
No, Ondreyah was awesome. And I really live in that space. I think that people do perceive competition as a barrier and not look at it as an opportunity. Mm-hmm. So I hope people take advantage and sign up for the free workshop.
Indeed. Jody Virgil says, this was a great discussion about the benefits of collaborative competition. Thank you for the learning points. Charles H. Jeffers, if you know what you're talking about, being a guest on TDH isn't too bad. Well, this is it, Charles. Thank you for that. We don't ask trick questions. Rosalind Famous, for those who don't know, NDA equals non-disclosure. See, Carl, I knew people would say, well, what does it mean? That's why I was so thankful for you explaining it.
I just, you know what? I have to remember, I just assumed everyone would know, and that is a mistake. So my apologies.
Don't make me curse on this show. You know what they say about us soon. But look, we're going to take a quick break. Stick with us. We have the Daily Play coming up, a very good one. So yeah, you don't want to miss this one. All right. Carl Azul, Jamel Hartman. We will be right back.
Bermuda, do you know the difference between internet and Wi-Fi? Don't worry, neither did I. Let me break it down to you. Internet is delivered to your modem, which then has to push the Wi-Fi signal into the rest of your home. Do you find that the further you're away from your modem, the weaker your Wi-Fi signal gets? That's because Bermuda's homes are built hurricane tough. It's really difficult for that Wi-Fi signal to reach every room. But you're in luck. Our One Home Wi-Fi solution guarantees Wi-Fi coverage in and around your home with the help of our Eero devices. Plug in the Eero around your home and it will create a mesh Wi-Fi network in every room. Check us out at One today to sign up and make sure you can stream, work, and play from every corner of your home.
Are you a startup business and need access to office space and resources to help your business get started or to grow? The Enterprise Bermuda Incubator is a free program that helps entrepreneurs like you get beyond the idea stage to get their businesses started. Successful applicants will spend 12 months in the program getting mentorship, office space, learning opportunities, one-on-one coaching, and more. To apply, log on to bedc.bm. This is a free program with limited availability, so don't delay. Apply today. We look forward to helping you build your business.
All right, welcome back to the big show. It's the Daily Hour. She's Carla Azul. I'm Jamel Hartman. Folks, Carla, you ready?
I am.
All right. You sure you ready?
Just did my stretches during the commercial break.
You didn't pull anything, did you?
Mm-mm.
Okay, all right. So Daily Play today, it's a famous quote, folks. It's a famous quote. If you haven't already, make sure at the bottom of the screen you'll see like and follow us at the Daily Hour on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So if you haven't already, make sure you like us and follow us. Some of you just follow us on Facebook, but make sure you like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter so that you can stay up to date as to what we have going on. All right, here's the quote. I'm going to give you a hint. We've done it before. A people without knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots. End quote.
You would put pressure by saying we've done it before. Malcolm X, no, because he's never been an answer before. The late John Lewis? No. Without a tree without roots. I know we've done it. President Barack Obama?
It is President's Day, and that would have been too easy. President's Day in the U.S. I'll repeat it. Help her out, folks. Here we go. A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots. End quote.
Marcus Garvey. I have a really good memory, you know. I was like,
she got it. She got it. We'll give it. Robert Durham got it as well. Carla likes petrol from Tesco. You missed the opportunity. So it is Marcus Garvey. That is the quote today. Mr. Do for self himself. Carla, any inspiration for us today?
you had my brain ticking. It was like, I have good long term. Ask me what happened yesterday. I couldn't even tell you. The price we pay for being true to ourselves is worth it. Eartha Kitt.
Yeah, well, that goes right back to something that Ondreyah said about authenticity. It's easier when you're authentic, doing what you do. Robert has an admission here. Google is a wonderful tool.
And I didn't Google. I just had to go in the Rolodex and think about it. But why you repeat for? That's not fair. That's extra pressure. Because I'm like,
there's hundreds in this book, but thousands, but I'm just like, you know what? Let me give her an easy try, see if she remembers this one since we've done it before. You know, and there's tons in here from Marcus Garvey you could have been, but I'm trying to help you. If you haven't already, make sure you give us a thumbs up wherever you're tuned in from. Like this program. If you enjoyed this episode, let us know. Don't forget to like us. Don't just follow us, but like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Carla, any final thoughts on today's episode?
Competition is not a bad thing. Everyone can still win. And I just have to keep repeating that because people think you can't win. Everybody can win.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I think it was a fantastic conversation. I really think if you haven't already, and like she said, you don't have to be a business owner to sign up and get involved. You can have thoughts of being a business owner or just want to learn it. But I think it's a phenomenal seminar that they're putting on. Also, just want to send a few shout outs to the families that have lost someone recently. At the back end of last week, Bermuda was dealing with a lot of loss. And so just want to let those families know that you're definitely in the thoughts and prayers of everyone here at the Daily Hour, and wishing you comfort during this time. And on that note, we do have some other good programs coming up. Tomorrow we have Dwayne Jones, who's an artist that's been recognized up there in Nova Scotia in Canada. So he'll be on tomorrow. And we have Barbara Ann Painter later this week. She's a fashionista, folks. She's done some awesome work. So looking forward to that conversation, ending the week with the Bermuda Slope Foundation. And obviously, there are so many things going on in the world that we will be discussing as well. There was a president that in the U.S. that didn't get impeached convicted by the Senate. So a lot to discuss. On that note, Carla, anything else before I head out?
Don't sleep on the BEDC, people. All these resources for free. Like, can I repeat that? For free? Take advantage of these opportunities.
Thanks again to our partners, Medical House, One Communications, and Lindos, for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a regular basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you tomorrow. She's Carla Zul. I'm Jamal Hartman. My friends, make it a great day.